look at how you might save a freebie to your notes and resources inside of your marketing dashboard. So I'm going to open up my email. I've got right here a freebie that I love by Graceful Growth Marketing. I'm going to click on that freebie PDF. It opens up. What I want to do to save this to my dashboard is use this share button in the bottom, and you should have this share button whether you're on an Android or an Apple device. Down here at the bottom where there's a box with an arrow, I just want to click that. And you can see here that Notion is one of the options to share to. If you don't see Notion as an option, you're going to want to slide over and click to more, and then Notion should show up in your options to share to. I'm going to want to title this if it doesn't automatically title it for me. So I know this is a Reels guide by Graceful Growth Marketing. And I'm going to choose where I want it to go. So if I can choose add a subpage or add content to, this really just means if I say add content to, it's going to take whatever information it has and just add the content into that record that already exists. If you add it as a subpage, it becomes its own unique record that can be moved around on its own. Either way, you can transition that afterwards and transition it back to content or turn it into a page. So this really isn't make it or break it, but where we want to locate it really helps me know where I'm going to find it. I could add it directly to the page where I know I'm going to want it tagged to. So this is a digital marketing resource, and I could click it to share it directly to that page and click save. I could also click save, Notion, and let's say I don't know where I want it to go. If I don't know where I want it to go yet, I'm just going to save it to the notes location, and I can worry about tagging it later. I'm going to go Reels Guide, tag later. And let me show you the difference between how I could work through this workflow once I'm on my desktop or if I open Notion in my dashboard on my mobile device. If I open it on my mobile device, I'm going to come here to Amber's Hub. I'm going to go straight to, I'm going to click this green resources, notes, and dashboard. You can see here that in my recents, if I refresh this page, if I go over in the inbox, I've got notes and I've got web clips. If I go to web clips, you can see the Reels Guide tag later, which is the second option where we just said put it to notes and we'll tag it later, came directly to web clips. The reason it goes to web clips is because when I open it up, there is information that came through from the sharing that goes to the URL. If there was no URL information, then it would go straight to the notes. You can also see here in recents, it doesn't show up in recents in this view because it's just notes, but if I go over to web clips, you can see here that Reels Guide tag later shows right there, and it shows me that I did this 0 days ago. It shows me this freebie I downloaded directly to digital marketing resources I did 8 days ago. So this view will show you, if you don't see it automatically in your notes, you might switch over to web clips and it'll show you specifically a web clip. And if you want to remove that filter so that they all show up in the Notes app, whether they have a URL or not, you would click these 3 dots, come over to the filter. You can see these rules, and I could say, see how this says filter to, and then URL. I could just remove that. And if I remove that, click done, done. You can see that Reels Guide tag later shows up in notes now and in web clips. So that's how you can view that here. Now let's take a look at the first one we sent over that we sent directly to the digital marketing resources tag. I'm going to scroll all the way down so I can see my tags here. These are the tags that I have created. I've got digital marketing resources. You can see in my notes here, this is the list of items inside the database, and I don't see that item here inside the database. What I want to do is scroll all the way down to the bottom because it added it as a page within the page itself. If I click and drag that with my finger and drag it up, I can put it inside of the actual resources database so that it's not just a page inside of this digital marketing resources tag, but it's actually a page inside of all of my notes and a part of the resources database. So that's how you can view that here. Let's quickly look at how we could work through this workflow inside of the UMD resources page on the desktop. So we just looked at removing that filter. So the Reels Guide Tag Later option shows here on my notes, but it doesn't show up here in the inbox notes section because that filter still lives there, but it does show up in the web clips. The difference between what you see in the inbox here and the recents here, and you can see, I just see the name of something right here, but I don't see the ability to edit what's in there. But if I want to edit what's in there, I can come down here and edit that. For this, I have to actually open it and edit any of the properties here. And that's because if you click on these three dots, you can see in the layout, this is the list form layout. And if I come down here, I can see that this is the table form layout. Table gives you the opportunity to edit directly without opening the page inside the database, whereas list is just a list of items in the database and you have to open it to edit any of the properties. So Reels Guide Tag Later, I have a couple of options for how to categorize this once I'm ready. If I decided that I wanted to just click and drag, I could grab these 6 dots here and drag it right into digital marketing resources until it was blue. If I do that, when I open this up, it shows up here in the bottom and not as a part of this database list. That's because I've created a page inside of the digital marketing resources tag page. But we're just gonna hit Command Z and pull this right back to where it was. Don't remove. Let's say I have a whole bunch of freebies and I want to tag them. Right here, I could go tag digital marketing resources, and it's going to tag that into the digital marketing resources. I could say category. This is a freebie. If you don't see the categories that you'd like to tag, you can open these up and you can edit these directly. Let's say you don't care about an SEO tag. It doesn't apply for you. But you do want a freebie in course. You can just type freebie. And if it doesn't exist, it'll give you the option to create and you can click create. Now, obviously we already have a freebie, so I'm going to remove that one. But this is an easy way to tag this and categorize it. And I can have everything related to digital marketing within the digital marketing tab, but I can distinguish between freebies, articles, and courses. So if I wanted to create a course link inside here, then I could come inside digital marketing resources and I could say new, and I want to open this tag up and I'm going to say the mentorship course. And then I could do blank here and say empty. Or I just hit Command Z to undo that. I could say I want to do lesson notes, and I could take lessons for the mentorship course inside of here. I'm going to hit Command Z again. Let's say I want to put the URL for where I log in. I could take that from my email in www.thementorshipcourse.com/login. I'm not putting the real login information because you need to buy the course in order to access it, but you can see that it notices the base URL is thementorshipcourse.com. Here I could go type, this is a lesson. I could go category. This is a course. And then I could put anything that I wanted here. If I wanted to have the mentorship course and the login information here, but I wanted to take notes on the course, I could simply go here, page, embed a subpage inside this page. I'm going to hit enter. And I'm going to say notes for TMC. And then I could either take all my notes for TMC inside of here, or I could do a note by date. So 5/9. I could do notes by category and lesson. I can do as many notes as I want. And inside Digital Marketing Resources, I've got the mentorship course, I've got the course login information, and any notes that I've taken about that course all inside this one spot so that it's everything nice and neat exactly where I need it. I can also upload resources here, embed screenshots, anything I want, and that's how you could keep track of course materials inside of the resources and notes dashboard.